Hello there, I'm Mabel Jong, and I'm so pleased to welcome George Halvorson to the World Healthcare Congress video interview studio. We are so pleased to be able to talk to him about his next steps after retirement and about his book, KP Inside. Hi there, George, how are you?
Good to be here.
Well, I'm so pleased to be able to talk to you about this very special book, and I just want to point out that it is titled KP Inside, 101 Letters to the People of Kaiser Permanente. Now, George, you told me that you actually wrote a letter every Friday to your employees, something that would inspire them and to remind them about the work that they did and that it mattered.
I write a letter every Friday to 180,000 employees, and every single week I celebrate something that we've done. So I celebrate if we've won an award, I celebrate that. If we have saved lives in some way, I celebrate that. So each of the letters is a story about something we've done well, and it helps us identify who we are, what we do, and why we do it.
Do you think people will miss getting that letter every Friday?
A lot of people have told me they're going to miss getting the letter. In fact, I've had quite a few people ask me if I would send the letters in from wherever I am.
Oh, that's interesting, because I think maybe a part of you would miss writing them.
I enjoy writing those letters very much, and I've learned a lot because I'm writing the letters. People tell me good things we're doing. So I'm constantly have people coming up to me and say, did you know that we just won the Guinness World Record for the most, we did actually, we just won a Guinness World Record a couple of weeks ago for doing the most proctology cancer screenings in one day anywhere in the world. Now, I might or might not have known about that, but definitely because I'm writing the letters, people say, George should know about this.
Can you point out why this job has been so important to you? You've described it as the best job in healthcare, but what are the reasons why that was? Because healthcare has seen its share of challenges and is facing even more challenges in the years to come, but you still see it as the best job ever.
Oh, this is the very best job in healthcare. Kaiser Permanente is a great organization. We have great resources. We have 9 million members. We have $50 billion in revenue. We have the ability to redesign care, to redesign computer systems, to build care tools. We can do research and we can do follow-up. We can take the research and turn it into care delivery, and we can do it all in our own context. In most settings can only do a piece of that. They can do part of that. And when they're trying to figure out how to deliver best care, they can only deal with a subset of the care. We get the entire patient.
Yes, right.
And we can deliver all the care to the entire patient, and that's just really nice.
Yes, I remember growing up in California, it was really a one-stop shop for everything.
Exactly.
It was, if I went in for something that needed a prescription at the end of the visit, I could just wait and get it right there.
Yes.
It seems that other healthcare entities across the country are trying to emulate what Kaiser is doing. What is your piece of advice for them?
Focus on the patient. Focus absolutely on the patient. Make sure you have all the data about the patient, that your care is focused on the patient, because too many care sites focus on their own business interests, and they focus on a subset of the patient. They focus on a foot, or they focus on an ear, but they don't focus on the entire patient. And for the new model to work, the accountable care organization to work, you have to have a total patient focus. And then you have to have the right data. And we have all the data. We've computerized all of the data on our patients. So we have an electronic medical record for all of our people. So all of our caregivers have all the information about all the patients all the time. And I can actually get my own medical record on my iPhone.
Right.
So we've made it available to the patients as well as the doctors.
How was Kaiser able to see that so early on, and others in the industry are just recognizing the importance of that now?
I think we saw it early because we've always been focused on the entire patient. And when you're focused on the entire patient, the need to have all of the data makes more sense. And the other places that were just focused on a foot or just focused on an ear or something only saw a need for the data about that part of the patient that was relevant to them. And so I think we were way ahead of the curve in figuring out that the right data set is all of the data.
Now, we haven't heard the last from George Halvorson. You actually have big plans after that last day at Kaiser. Tell me about that.
What I intend to work on right now are issues of ethnic conflict and racial prejudice. There is a lot of division going on in this country. There are a lot of people who are angry, who aren't trusting each other. And we really need to come together as a people. We need to understand why we have the issues that we have, and we need to deal with them in a much more meaningful and effective way. And so I'm going to be working on that. I'm going to be working with groups to help groups understand, with communities, with schools, with various settings, even maybe some healthcare settings, helping them understand how to deal with those issues.
And what are some of the methods you'll be using to, it sounds like you're going to be trying to increase communications between people and try to really get the root of racism, for instance. What are you going to be doing with people when you talk with them?
Well, education is a major part of the issue, and education about why we feel what we feel. We tend to divide the world into us and them, and instinctively, and if somebody is an us, we're protective, supportive, nurturing, forgiving. If somebody is a them, we're territorial, antagonistic, we are angry, distrustful, we ethnically cleanse them, we enslave them, we do terrible things to them. And so what we have to do is we have to expand our sense of us. Because we can't get rid of the instincts. We're always going to have those instinctive behaviors, but we have to expand our sense of who is us. And when we do that, people can work with each other and trust each other. And you can do that in a conscious way. And it will not happen serendipitously. It won't happen by accident. It has to be steered to get to that end point. But the steerage works, and when you do it, and I've done it in a number of settings, when you do it, you can end up with a very, very different set of interactions in the end, and people see each other as people and not as stereotypes. And that's really the key, is to see other people as people, and then to accept that there are some common values that cause you to function together and be an us.
And for the most part, we all seem to want the same things, really. Just a good life, a happy life, and opportunities for all.
Yeah, we all want the same things, but we tend to think of whoever is a them as not even being entirely human. We tend to think of them in some stereotypical ways, and that causes us not to trust them and interact with them. And so even though we have this at our core, we're all very human. But we need to see that that is something to celebrate and not be afraid of.
Well, I, for one, am glad that we haven't heard the last from George Halvorson. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time today, and good luck with your new adventure.
Thank you so much.
And I'm Mabel Jung. Thanks for watching.